Hello.
Hi. We're here to talk to you about why committed parenting. So first off, this is Szara.
And this is Helen. And together,
we're committed parenting.
So why committed parenting,
Yeah.
Szara?
Well, first of all, it's a conversation about families thriving.
Hands down.
Yeah. And parents to have power.
And kids to be heard and listened.
And families to have connection in their household. But what we do here at Committed Parenting is we really look at what's your commitment.
Yeah. And so, Szara, I think we need to talk a little bit about like what it means to have a commitment. Right? Because I think we gloss over that sometimes.
We do. Some people are like, we know the value and what's your commitment and looking from there.
Yeah.
And what's your, like, kids don't come with a parenting book. There's no freaking manual. And often we'd like to have one.
Very much.
And often we think there's like a right way to do things.
I think that's what it is for me. Is we often think there is a way to parent. And if you only parented this way, you would be okay. Your kids would turn out okay.
And what happens is you're always judging yourself, comparing yourself, seeing where maybe you're a failure or not perfect or not great. And you're left with an experience of yourself and for your family, which keeps distance, keeps you, like for myself, I noticed like that night when you go to sleep, you're reliving the whole day. Why did I do this? Why couldn't I have done that? And it's disappointment and dissatisfaction.
Yeah, I'm always left with that experience of dissatisfaction, being so dissatisfied that there's this that I wanted and I didn't match up to that.
Yeah.
And then there's all that conversation that like runs through my head, all that like what we used to call negative self-talk, right?
Yeah. And it breaks my heart. Like it breaks my heart because there are these children and they're important to us. They mean the world to us and we want the best for them in their life. We want them to have everything. We want them to know they're loved and cared about. And sometimes we don't leave them like that.
And do you know what I just heard in us talking about this? When we start to be all the things we didn't do right, we actually take away from our kids. We think it's only on us over here, but then we're not available, right? Then like I'm more apt to be tetchy and irritable.
Yeah,
because
or careful. Or really careful and disengaged because I don't want to mess things up.
Yes.
So like kind of withdraw or be careful or avoid or eggshell.
Yeah. Or if you mean I'm really good at pretzeling, then I'll do everything to try and make it better too. You know, rather than actually being present. Yeah.
And for myself too, it makes me really like sensitive and reactive.
Ooh.
Like it's just like, you know, something happens and it's like I'm just reacting to my guilt. I'm reacting to feeling bad. It's like I hate it going this way and I'm so frustrated because I don't have a lot of power or freedom to be the parent that I actually want to be.
Yeah. Really good.
And that's right there. It's like when we talk about like the parent we want to be, that's your commitment. Like what's your commitment? What's the commitment you are as a parent?
Yeah. So what really matters to you that at the end of the day, you know, you're sitting in your rocking chair, you're 92 years old and, you know, Szara and I are going to be on the same one. We're going to be rocking, right? And what really mattered to you at the end of the day? Like if you could look back, what is it that you wanted to be for your family?
What fills that heart? Like you're sitting there and it's like your just cup is full. Like you're satisfied, you're fulfilled. It's like, oh, I'm proud. And that was a great experience.
And I'm filled up by my experience. Not that it was all the right stuff, but I'm actually filled up with my experience of parenting.
Yeah. You could actually be looking at the crazy moments at 92 with a chuckle and laughing. And that's perfect. Like you had an experience, you lived it. It was like alive and real for it. You were in your family. You were in parenting, not being the perfect parent, not doing things right, but you were there with your kids. They're like interacting and caring about, you know, what's important to you and what's important to them and how your family gets to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's what we kind of do here at Committed Parenting. And when we look at what's your commitment, we look at what is important to you. How do you want your kids left at the end of the day? How do you want yourself left at the end of the day? What do you want your family's experience to be? And so we keep looking every month through a different lens or a filter, you know, like of what's your commitment. A different commitment gets taken on each month and we get to play with it and try it on and see what does it offer? What's available? What new freshness does it bring to our family?
Yeah. And it's literally like, I don't know if you've ever sat on the opposite side of someone, like, you know, like if you had two ends of a table, you have an object in the middle that's different on both sides. And, you know, you look at it from one side, it looks like one way, and then you look at it from the other side, it looks a different way. And the opportunity of taking on these commitments is literally, it gets you to look at things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm interested in, right? And we're interested in, is that we actually get to have perspective that isn't just what we already have.
Yeah. And it keeps it lively and engaged, right? Like, it gives you a lot of feedback. It gives you a lot of information. It gives you a lot of opportunity to be with your kids in new ways and try on different stuff, but it keeps it alive and fresh. It keeps and present, because the day can go quickly, like day to day to day and week to month. And we can go a little bit like robots.
I really hear that, right? Like the engagement, right? It actually keeps the engagement alive.
Yeah. It's like this gets to be a bit of an interruption to your daily ways of going about, you know, and you get a look. And, you know, sometimes we take on commitments like savor, and it's so fun to just like savor and indulge in your family and love and everything that's important to you. And why not?
Well, I'm just actually laughing because we took on Save, and it was literally like that. You could see us like settle into it. And then this month, not this month, but in January, we took on Refresh, and it was freaking disruptive. We thought it was going to be like, oh, so pretty. Oh, it's just going to go this way. That's not how
No, it was like,
hold on for the ride.
Yeah.
And it was so cool though, because I think without engaging in that, we actually wouldn't have it's literally a context to look at stuff with. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm really thrilled by the opportunity of what taking on your commitment actually makes available.
Yeah. And we do it in a way that it's very bite-sized. It's not something that takes up a lot of time. Like, you know, 5 kids, 4 kids,
and all the extras.
Yeah, we have a full engaged life. And the thing is, with what's your commitment, and inside of committed parenting, you get to take on little pieces, and you get to do like practice. It's like going to the gym for that 5 minutes or 10 minutes a day, you know, and doing that sit-ups and push-ups. You get to take on, and it's your muscle for who you're going to be in your family and what you want to take on.
Yeah.
And it's valuable, and it's simple, and yet it really leaves you with a really filled up cup experience.
Yeah.
And anybody can do it. Any kind of style of parenting. You know, it doesn't matter what kind of style of parenting or your ages of children. You know, whether you're like expecting a child and they're coming on the way and you want to take this on in your relationship, or all through your family years, babies, toddlers, into the years, teenagers, and right up through adult children and having 30 and 40-year-olds. Like,
no, but truly, it is. And I think that's what the beauty is it's so universal. There's no right way. And it's like literally a guidepost, you know, along the way.
Yeah.
That you can pick up at any time too.
And that's what's so great, because as you try on these commitments, you know, you're going to try on a commitment of savor or listening or appreciation or gratitude or different commitments that we come from. And as you try them on, you're going to discover things you want to kind of keep and keep part of your family and part of what you get up to. And other times it's like, oh, well, that was neat and I learned a lot from it, and you might not keep it up. And it's great. You get to take and do with this what you want to do, but it's going to leave you with a whole bunch of stuff so that you can really create your family. Like, you create how you want the experience of your family to be. And because you design it, you're the designer of your family. You're the designer of your life.
Whichever way you do it, you're the designer.
Yeah. So it can either go the robotic kind of automatic way, which very related. And I'm designing it that way, and I'm going to get certain results out of that. Like, my life is going to be a certain way, and my experience and my satisfaction and fulfillment is going to match to that.
Yes.
You take this on this way, you get different results with that kind of satisfaction and fulfillment. So that's why.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
Committed parenting.